So it's getting near to Christmas, so some of you might be thinking of getting a new PC for Christmas, or kind of, you know, spicing things up with your current PC, upgrading some parts here and there. So in this build video, I'm going to be showing you some great ideas for a £1,000 gaming PC, so there we go. So we're going to first kick the build off with the processor, for which I've assigned the task to the Intel Core i7-4790K. This is one of Intel's new Devil's Canyon processors, so it's cooler and therefore quieter than the previous Haswell ones, and also at 4 GHz, but since this is a K chip, it's got the ability to be overclocked, so this chip is absolutely no slacker and will perform great in both gaming, productivity, live streaming, video editing, all of those tasks such as that. For cooling this processor, we're going to be using Corsair's H60 2013 edition cooler. This is a liquid cooler which features a 120mm radiator and also features a nice square block with a glossy finish. At just £55, this is a perfect addition for our £250 Intel Core i7. So to support our Intel Core i7, we're going to be using 8GB of Kingston 1600 speed memory, and this is obviously great for gaming as it is the optimal speed and also the optimal amount of memory, so it'd be great for gaming and a bit of light video editing as well. Also in the future, we have the option to be upgrading to 16GB of memory, so we'll be on the way to video editing and stuff like that. It doesn't have a heat spreader, but we don't really need to overclock it that much since it's already at 1600, so it's not a huge issue. Plus it's got a nice green PCB and it can look like a Christmas tree. It doesn't look like a Christmas tree, does it? Who am I kidding? It's going to be a great motherboard at just £90, supports USB 3, Crossfire, and has plenty of SATA ports for all of the hard drives you would ever want. One great thing about this board, it's got a lovely matte black PCB, so the days of the brown motherboard are over. Woo! Also, to pair that matte black PCB, we've got a nice splash of red with the MSI Gaming logo, so this is going to really add some class to the board. Also, some festiveness because it looks like baubles. Most importantly, it's going to add some class to the board. For storage, we're going to be using 2 drives. First of all, we're going to be using SanDisk's Pulse SSD. This is 128GB and will be very, very fast, and we're just going to put our OS on this and maybe a few games and applications. For our secondary drive, we're going to be using the Toshiba 1TB drive. This is 72 RPM and features 32MB of cache, so it'll be plenty speedy enough for most things. However, we could partition off a bit of our SSD and use that to cache the drive to get a bit more speed in there. Now for the meat and potatoes, the GPU. We're going to be using NVIDIA's brand new GTX 980. This is the new flagship GPU and will give you 780 Ti-like performance for so much less power consumption. It will last longer, and 2, it also means the card will be cooler and quieter therefore. So all around a very good design choice, and all made possible by NVIDIA's brand new Maxwell architecture. Featuring 4GB of GDDR5 RAM, this card will do good for 4K gaming if paired with another one of the same, and will do triple 1080p also when paired with another one of the same, due to that 4GB frame buffer really giving enough for loads of pixels. All the pixels! Also, its green LED logo will go nicely with our green colour scheme. So to power all of this, we're going to be using EVGA's 600B power supply. It's 600 watts and 80 plus bronze rated. It's got a quiet fan to ensure cool and quiet operation of the computer. Unfortunately, it isn't modular, but you know, we've got a good case with good cable management for the job, so it's not a huge issue. Speaking of cases, we've chosen the Corsair Carbide 300R mid-tower case. Features USB 3 and a nice side panel window so you can admire your beautiful colour scheme. Wait, what? No, what does it say in the script? So you can admire your new expensive hardware. It also has some great airflow due to its mesh front panel, so we're going to keep all of our components cool and therefore quiet. This whole build comes just a bit over budget at just under £1,050 at the time of recording, but then also this is just the start of November, so it might have gone down by the time you're watching this on the 1st of December. So there we go. That's been my £1,000 build guide. I've been Ben, and I'll see